because I got my glasses on tonight. I know these are a little crooked too. Look at these glasses. Look at these glasses I got. A little crooked. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder about them. Anyway, I wanted to explain. You know what? I have another pair of glasses. I do. I wanted to explain to everyone why I always say thank you, truck drivers in the United States. Thank you for all you do. Because I was a truck driver as well for a period of my life. And I don't think the American people understand what they have to go through every day. It's not exactly a job, it's a lifestyle. And I know you heard that before, but please give me a second to explain. Over the road truck driver works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You don't see your family. You drive a big truck, so you can't just pull off at any Wendy's or gas station to stop or park or go to the bathroom or just take a deep breath, woosah moment if the traffic's bad. You can't just call people when you want. You live inside of a machine. You have to eat whatever's available, if there is anything to eat. And where you stop that day or where you get fuel, maybe there isn't anything to eat. Maybe there isn't anything healthy to eat. You mostly deal with that machine, and you rarely talk to a dispatcher. You get a lot of your messages through a computer or your cell phone now. And it's very demanding. You need to be places on time. And you sometimes can feel insignificant. And all the while you're doing this, you're expected not to crash or hit anybody while you're driving the biggest vehicle on the road. But you have to be on time, so you have to rush. But you can't crash. You have to be safe. And it doesn't matter when the delivery is. It doesn't matter if you have to sleep at 4 o'clock in the afternoon to 8 p.m. at night, and then get up and go take a shower and brush your teeth and take off at 11 p.m. off of a 7 and 3 split break so that you can make your delivery at 3 a.m. That's what it is. That's what you have to do. And a lot of people don't understand that. Sometimes you'll hear about accidents on the road, and sometimes they'll say, oh, the driver, was at fault, or maybe he, you know, um, did something wrong to cause an accident. But a lot of times these accidents are because the driver was tired, which is what I think happened in the accident recently in Austin. I believe that the driver, a lot of people had accused him of being intoxicated, but it just turned out that looks like he was just tired. He took the test, the drug test and everything. Everything came back okay. So, I mean, they reduced his bond. But the reason I brought that up, I think the guy's name is Solomon Araya. The reason I bring that up is that it's not about him. I don't want to make this story about him. I know some people died in that accident, and it's horrible. And I used to see that a lot when I used to drive. But the reason I bring it up is because the truck drivers know, and for those who are watching my channel who aren't truck drivers, I just want to explain something to you. When you become a truck driver, they explain to you thoroughly in orientation, whether you go to truck driving school, whatever it may be. If something goes wrong, something goes wrong, you will be the suspect. You live your life and you walk around that truck and you drive and you live inside of that truck every day knowing that. If something goes awry, even if it's not your fault, you will be the suspect. When the police come, when the ambulance come, when the medics come, you will be blamed first. Always. And it's a lot of stress and pressure. As you want to do your job, you want to feed your family. In the back of your head, you're like, I don't want to hurt anybody, I don't want to kill anybody, but if an accident happens, you're the one who's going to be to blame. It's horrible. It's horrible conditions. And some companies aren't as, what's the word I'm looking for? They're not as careful with understanding that truck drivers are people and not machines. And they can push you really hard, and they can push you to the limit. And sometimes that's why you have these accidents. Sometimes drivers need to sleep. And sometimes when they need to sleep, it's time for the load to be delivered. And there are good companies out there that are understanding of that and won't treat you like garbage, and will have respect for you and the fact that you're driving an extremely lethal weapon, especially when it's at speed. So I appreciate all the truck drivers, I really do, because I don't think society understands the pressure that puts on us. When we stop and say, "Hey, I'm going to go inside. I'm gonna grab a water and go to the bathroom." We can't just do that. You have to log that. You have to maybe send a message to your dispatch. You have to read these messages. You just want to go to the bathroom and get a water. I got to read these messages. You might have to find out where your fuel stop is. Some companies tell you where to get your fuel at. You're thinking about what time it is, the traffic. Do I have enough fuel to make the load? Is my load scaled out? Am I going to get a ticket? Is the weigh station open? Are my tires inflated properly? Pre-trip, there's just not enough time to do all this stuff. You guys know when you're under that load and you got to be there on time, you got to skip some things, knowing that if something goes wrong, they're going to blame you first, regardless of what happens. It's a lot of stress, and it's a lot of pressure, and it's a lot of loneliness. And there's people who go out there and do it every day and every night, and nobody says, "Thank you for risking your life so that I can have paper towels and baby wipes and apples and meat on my store shelf every day." Nobody says thank you. So I'm saying thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate every truck driver out there and all that you guys do. I sometimes miss being out there with you, but I do want to talk more about that accident that happened in Austin another time. But right now, I just want to, say like I always say, thanks to the truck drivers, because I understand. I was out there. I used to do it too, and I know it's tough. Some nights it's tough, especially when you got those overnight runs, or if you are an overnight rider, like the reefer drivers know what I'm talking about. Like if you have to run nights and like that's part of your life and trying to sleep during the day with that big noisy reefer back there, it can be tough, and some days you don't get to sleep, but you still got to work. You know, it's a really, really tough career, and the pay should be different. We should get paid, by the hour. We should get paid a lot better. They should take into consideration the time away from your home and your house, and that when you're on downtime, you have to wash your clothes, wash your car, see your kids, see your family. All these things that you couldn't do. When you're out on the road, now you have to try and squeeze that in and rest at the same time. It's almost impossible. I mean, some truck drivers are superhuman, and they get no credit for it. We only get exposed when something bad happens, when we make the news. But you'd be amazed what some truck drivers do. And they come in all shapes and sizes, men, women, short and tall, big and small. Really, really hard-working people that I wish got better appreciated, and obviously are completely underpaid, because if you are an OTR driver, you are working 24 hours and 7 days a week because you're sleeping in that truck, and there's no bathroom in your truck. So you're at work. And if you drive a reefer, you're responsible for monitoring that temperature every 2 or 4 hours to make sure the product doesn't go bad. You're at work. Truck drivers aren't getting paid right. I don't know how it ended up being this way. I don't know how they can legally still get away with doing that. In some instances, some people are paid by the hour, but there are some jobs where just because you're 10 hours in a sleeper berth, you're doing a split, you're still at work. You're still responsible. Sometimes as truck drivers, because of hours of service, we end up parked on the side of the road. Maybe you don't have anything to eat that night. It's a tough job. The American public will never understand how tough it actually is and how underpaid truck drivers actually are. But I do, and I appreciate you all, okay? I appreciate you very, very much. Please keep doing what you're doing. Be safe. Do the best you can. I know with the time constraints, it's impossible to do all the things that they ask of you. But I know you'll do the right things and keep it safe. I know you will. And I'm thankful for everything y'all do. All right? Somebody said hi. Miss Wanda. Hey, Miss Wanda. Hi. Let me read these comments with my crooked glasses, guys. Hello or hi from Alejandra. Rudy, hi. Okay. My driver looking for a new company. Reese Ronald, I understand. Finding that right fit is so hard. It is so hard. And all trucking companies don't consider how much home time and downtime is actually needed. It's really, really sad that it's 2025 and the working conditions are still the same as they are, if they're even considered working conditions. It depends on what you have to go through. But anyway, I appreciate y'all. It's time for me to I gotta lay down. Thanks for watching. Oh, my glasses are okay now. They're not too crooked. All right. You guys be safe. Don't forget, if you have some time, take some time to meditate. Find some quiet time. Listen to the universe. Talk to God, whatever you believe in. And be thankful for what you have every day. Be very, very thankful. And yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Thank God. And I hope you all have a wonderful night. Everyone take care. Thank you, all you truck drivers. I'll talk to you guys soon. Time to get some rest.